Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solution. So we will continue our session with the migration project from QuickBooks to the Fusion HCM. So today we are going to do our first phase, that is the enterprise structure setup. So for that we will do two things. We can create by manual, or we can load it. So we have already loaded the enterprise structure setup. So what information you need to loading it, so you can see this is a sheet you need to fill out. So we will also lead the chart of accounts here, the business unit, okay, and the legal entity, that also we want, and the different department. Okay, so now we need only these business unit and the legal entity, right? The other things we will create. Now how we can see that the structure is loaded or not? So for that we need to run one process. So for that we need to go to the tools option and then go to the schedule process. So you need to open it, and here you need to generate new process, that is enterprise setup report, and here you can read the description, okay, detailed listing of the enterprise structure that we need to run. So by this process we will generate one file, contains all the information. Here we need to select our chart of account first, then submit it. So by this process we are able to know about the enterprise structure is successfully loaded or not. Just hit the refresh button. This is the process. Okay, so now it's successfully completed. Click on that. From here you can generate your log file. Okay, so this is the log file, and here these are the chart of accounts. Okay, let's directly move to the legal entities and business unit. So these are the legal entity. As you can see, we have these legal entity, okay, and we have these business unit. Okay, so we loaded these legal entity and these business unit. So by this process, by this document, you will verify the enterprise structure if it's loaded successfully or not. Okay, now so this is the process for enterprise structure. So now we have loaded our enterprise structure, legal structure, right, the organization structure, the financial reporting structure. Now it's time to create the workforce structure. Okay, so for that we need to go to the setup and maintenance option. Click on the setup and maintenance. If setup is already workforce deployment, then that's fine. If it's not, then change the setup and select the workforce deployment. Here, go to the workforce structure, or you can just select the all task here. Okay, you have these information. We need to create the department and job to define our position, because department and job field are mandatory while creating the configuration page of the position. Okay, so we need to create the department first. For that, we need to click on the create option, select the effective start date, and always select the history date. So because we will also load the historical data, that's why we are selecting here history date. Okay, so for that, let's give a name. So department is going to be the ABC, human resource. The status is going to be the active. Now let's click on the next. So here you have two options. You can create a new, or you can add any existing division to or organization to convert it as a department. Okay, here you can give a reporting name and give a manager. So that we will do while hiring an employee. So no need to give here. Now let's click on the next and review the information, and then we can submit the information. The next thing, we will create the job family. Code will automatically populate it. That's all we need to do here. Status is going to be the active, then click on the submit. Then let's create the job now. Now click on the next. So we are creating these job and department because these are mandatory while creating the position. So I am doing for one record here. If you have bulk record, you can load it, but if there is any situation you need to edit the record, you need to create something, configure something, so how you will do in your newly instance, right? So for that I am doing here these actions. here. Add your job family, add your job function. Okay, then if you want to add the level, at which level, and the management level, here you can select it. If there is a medical checkup required for this, then you can select yes. If there any benchmark or benchmark job required, then you can do it. And any progression job required, like you can add any other job in which employee is going to be the progress, that you can add here. And here you can add your grade ladder, and here also you can add it. So let's duplicate this, and we need to perform one more task before creating the position. Sorry, that's a job. Okay, and these are from the different countries here, and then you can add the grade. So we are going to add the grades and all in our position, so that's why we are not adding here, otherwise it's going to be conflict. If you are not going to use the position, then you can add your grade and grade ladder here in the job section, but if you are going to use the position, then you have to add the grade and all into the position. So for our requirement, for our project, we will create the job, we are using the position, so that's why everything, the grade and grade ladder, we are going to add to the position, not here in the job. And this is a evaluation system, so you have two systems. First is provided by the Oracle itself, that you can select here accordingly, and then second is a custom that you can choose. Then you have the next, you can add the profile. For this job you need the what kind of a degree, what kind of a language, skills you can add here. Then you can click on the click to next to review the information, then click on the submit. So now we are done with the department, job and job family. Now we need to create the grade and grade rates and grade ladder. So let's first create the grade, then we will create the grade rate, then we will create the grade ladder. Here you need to define the grade name. Status is going to be the active, and these are the different country information. Then click on the next to add the step. So we are going to add the grade without step, and here you can add your step, like step 1, step 2, step 3, just like that. And this is the ceiling step. If you want the first step as a highest step, then you select this step, and if you want the second step as the highest step, then you can select this one. So ceiling step is the highest step in your grade. Now you need to click on the next to add the grade rate that we will perform by the grade rate task. So I'm not going to add here. Then click on the next to review the information, then click on the submit. Here we have the grade rate. Let's click on the create option. Here you need to select your legislative data group. Okay, then you need to define the name. Here you can define your minimum and maximum range. So that is going to be the 5 lakh to 6 lakh, right? Then you can click on the submit. Okay, let's do one thing, create some more grades here. It's easy to create the ladder. Okay, so now again let's go to the grade rates. We have created 3 grades, right? Open this and then click on the edit and correct. Here add one more row, define the next grade. Now you can review. Okay, these are the grade 1, then these are the grade 2 and 3, that is a current, and these are the proposed one, right? Now you can click on the submit. So till now we have created our department, job, different grades and grade rates. Now we need to create the grade ladder. Because we have created grade without step, so that's why in the type we need to select the grade. Then we can click on the next, and here you need to search your grade. the grade ladder, select the second, add to the grade ladder. So it will ask you where you want to put this grade to, at the top, before the ABC, grade 1, or after. Let's select the after. Then select this one, click on the add to grade ladder, then select the after. Then you can click on the next. Okay, so these are the value that we have created. Here we select. Now let's click on the next. This is the hierarchy. Then you can click on the submit. So now we need to create one position. So if you want to use a parent position, you can use it. How will work for you this parent position? For example, if there is a direct report, for example, you have one manager position. Under that manager, 10 employees working, 10 employee reporting to that manager, right? And because of some reason that manager is going to be terminated or transferred somewhere else, so that position is going to be the vacant, right? So if you select the parent position for that particular position, so whatever the direct report that particular manager they are directly going to move to their parent manager, right? Parent position. So that's how the parent position is work. So if you have any parent position option, then you can add it here. Otherwise, just click on the business unit, select your business unit. So we are doing for the US. Let's select this one. Then here you need to define your parent position. Code is going to be the automatically generated. Now let's click on the next. So here you need to select your department that you have created. if you want to mention any location, you can mention here. Otherwise you can define at the employee level when you're hiring the employee. Then you can define the manager, but we will define the manager while hiring the employee. If what is the risk at this job, so you can define yes or no. The area you can define, that is the management, operation and support. And what is the assignment category, that is a full-time regular. Then here you need to define some hiring information. What is the hiring status? This position is approved, frozen or proposed. So this is, let's select the approved because we will hire some employee here. Is this single incumbent, shared or pooled? Single incumbent, we can hire only one employee in this position, and shared and pooled means that position is shared among the employee. That FTE and headcount. For example, if there is a total working hours of 40 hours, right? Standard working hours are 40 hours. Now here if you have two headcount, so the FTE for one employee is going to be the full-time equivalent one employee is for the 0.5, right? So that's how this we can define the FTE. Here it is going to be the 1 and this is also going to be the 1. Now if there is any security clearance, then you can define here what is the provision period, for example 3 months. So you can define here in your organization, because whatever project according to our requirement, there is no worker union and bargaining and collective agreement, so we will not create here any worker union and attach here in this position, but according to your requirement, if there is, then you can create it, right? So what is the delegate position? For this position you can add here, you are allow the overlap or not, you can select here. Now here you need to define your grade ladder. This is the entry step, okay? Grade 3 is the highest step. Here what is the working hours? What is the frequency? This is going to be the weekly. Start time, end time you can define here. Then these are the extra information. So now let's click on the next. Same, you can find the evaluation criteria here that we have in our job. Now you have your profile for this position, what kind of skills, language, degree, qualification you need here. Then you can add it here. Then click on the next to review the information, the description. This is the hiring status, this is the work terms. Now let's click on the submit. So we have created every important thing here. Now that is our first phase. Okay, so we have already loaded the enterprise structure, we have loaded the legal structure, organization structure and financial reporting structure, and we have already created the workforce structure. So now let's move to the second phase. So there we need to create some information. First we are going to configure the compensation detail. So change the setup into the compensation management. Search for the element. We need to create one annual earning element. First you need to select your legislative data group. Then what is the primary classification here that you need to select? So that is a standard earning. What is the classification in the secondary? So that is a regular earning. That category you want standard. Then click on the continue. Here you need to define your element name. So let's say ABC annual salary. Change the effective start date. Then click on the next. Here you need to select what is the default periodicity of this element, that is the calendar month, standard date, annualize, the conversion rule. this element subject to the proration? Yes. What is the proration group? What is the proration unit? This element is retroactive change, so yes, we need to select the rate group. Then we need to click on the next option. Then we can submit it. After reviewing information, it will take some time. Till then, let's create some other thing. So let's go to the show more option, click on the Control F, and then we need to create the drive factor. So for our project we need the drive factor for only those employees who have been with the company for over a year. Okay, so you need to go to the length of service, then you need to click on the create option. Here you need to define your element name. Minimum 1 year, then unit of measure years. You greater than or equals to length of service is going to be the 1, proration date, date of hire, and as of event date. And the rounding rule can have nearest thousands. Why rounding rule? Because in the experience also we have 1.5, right, 2.6, like that, so that's why. Then you can just click on the save and close. Now we need to create one eligibility profile. So again, go to the show more options, search for the eligibility profile. So for our project we need the eligibility profile for a full-time equivalent employee. So this profile is going to be determine incentive compensation for a bonus and a public transportation allowance for employee that we are going to create in our upcoming session. So let's give a name here. Full-time equivalent, change into the compensation. And the assignment is going to be the specific assignment. And now we need to move to the eligibility criteria to define, because according to our requirement we need to create for the full-time equivalent, right? So here you need to go to the employment. In the assignment category, click on this plus icon, give a sequence, and then select the full-time regular. Okay, and leave the default start date and end date here. Then you can just simply click on the save and close. You need to define one more eligibility. That is for the minimum 1 year. So let's create here, give a name, change this profile uses to the compensation. Go to the drive factor, go to the length of service, click on the plus icon, give a sequence here, and then add the length of service that we have created. Okay, so our element is successfully created. Now we need to define some information here. We need to create the eligibility here. So collapse this input value. select this element eligibility, click on the action, click on the create element eligibility option. So here we will not define any criteria because we are already creating there the eligibility profile, right? So if we create here the criteria and define that eligibility profile, then it will conflict while giving any bonus allowances to the employee. So just simply we need to define the name and then submit this. Save. And then submit. So we have now our element, payroll element. Here we need this. So we need to create the salary basis. First we will define our salary basis name. System will take code automatically. Select your legislative data group here, select the salary basis type, the frequency, annualization factor automatically come here. Then if you go out of the range, whatever range there for the employee, if you go out of the range or under the range you have, then it will give you a warning message. Okay, here you can see now element mapping. That element we have created, just we need to add here. And here we need to select the input value, that is going to be the amount. Then go to the salary range. Here select a grade rate that you have created. So here you have. Okay, so when you assign employee to this salary basis, these will automatically populate there. Then you can just simply click on the save and close. Now let's hire one employee. Select the action reason, select your legal employer. Then here you need to define your name. Then need to select your employee's gender, the date of birth, then your national identification number, then you need to click on the next to define the personal information of the employee. Then define the zip code here. The other system will take automatically. Here you need to define the phone details of the employee. The email address. Then here you can define the legislative information, the country, the marital status, the education, the citizenship and visa information, the contacts. Now let's go to the next to define the employment information of the employee. Here select your business unit. Employed person type is automatically selected here, and then select your position. If it's synchronized, everything is going to be populated automatically. The other information you can see here, synchronization is on. Then job is automatically selected here, the ladder, the grade, rate. Here you can see the grade detail and the department, the assignment category, it's a full-time or part-time that you have here. Here you can select the location. Then here you need to scroll down and select the tax reporting unit, and here you need to define the payroll. So right now we do not have any payroll because we did not create any payroll under this legislation and business unit, right? So what we have till now, the position, the job and grade, that's all we have that we can define here. Okay, now you can click on the next. Okay, wait, let's remove that. So we will create it later and then define it here by the payroll relationship option. Here you need to select your salary basis. And according to this range, you can define the salary amount. So it will provide you the annual salary and annualized salary. Okay, this is the annual salary itself. Now you can just click on the next to review the information. And then you can click on the submit. Okay, so that's how we can create our workforce structure and hire an employee. So that's all about today's session. The other things we will create in our next session. The second phase we will continue in our tomorrow's session as well. So thank you so much.